To start out, we're going to go to tradingview.com, and in the upper right hand corner we're going to click Get Started. Now keep in mind, in order to add the amount of indicators that we use on our charts, you're going to need a trial version or a paid version of TradingView. Now there is a link in the description below. I would consider using it, as TradingView is our #1 asset as traders, and without a doubt it will pay for itself in a very short period of time. Moving on from that, we're all signed in. We're at tradingview.com. We're going to bring up a Bitcoin chart, BTC USDT. We'll use this Binance chart for this example. And this is what a default first time you've logged into TradingView screen will look like. Now we are going to make a few changes. First thing we're going to do is right click out here anywhere in the empty space, go down to the bottom where it says settings and click. Make sure you're under appearance, and then where the background is white, we want to change that to black. I actually like using the one right next to it. It's a little bit easier on my eyes. Then go ahead and click OK. Next, we're going to go ahead and add all of the indicators that Chris uses on his charts. To do that, we're going to start by clicking up here on the top left where it says Indicators. And then as you search for these and add these, you'll want to do them in the exact order that I give. That way they appear on your chart correctly and you don't have to adjust that later. So to start with, we're going to type in MACD. Go ahead and click on the MACD. Now you're going to want to click these little stars next to them as you go so that it adds them to your favorites. So click the star first, then MACD. Next one we're going to do is the RSI. It comes up as Relative Strength Index. Click the star, click Relative Strength Index. Next one is the Stochastic RSI. If you type in STOCH, you'll see the second one down says Stochastic RSI. Next one is the VPVR. That will come up as Visible Range. Same thing. Then we're going to add the Bollinger Bands. If you type in Bollinger, the third one down says Bollinger Bands. And then the last one is the CBC5MA. Just by typing CBC5 it comes up. Click the star and add that. Then you can go ahead and click back out in the empty space. And then just to confirm before we move on that you got all the indicators added successfully, if you click back up here on indicators, there should be 6 different indicators showing up under your favorites. Next up, we're going to make a few changes to some of the indicators so that they look identical to Chris's. We're going to start by going up here to the top left, and where the VPVR is, we're going to click the little settings icon. And then under inputs, we're going to change the row size to 200 and the value area volume to 100. After that, we're going to go down here to where it says RSI, click that settings icon as well, and we're going to go to Style, and where it's purple, we want to change that to yellow. And then down here where it says background, we want to make sure that that's at 0% so there is no background. Click back out of there, and then the stock RSI, same thing. We're going to go to Settings. We're going to go up here where it says background, and we're just going to change that to this dark purple. Then you can go ahead and click back out in the empty space. Now keep in mind, Bollinger Bands are discussed in a different video where Chris teaches you how to use them when you trade, but when we post charts in group, we don't usually display the Bollinger Bands. So here on the left where it says BB, just go ahead and click this hide icon, and then we can move on. And just to finish off, you can go ahead and click this up arrow on the top left to hide those indicator settings. You can access those later by clicking the down arrow. Also, it's a good idea to adjust the size of the screen that these indicators down here take up. By default, they seem to take up a little more than you need, so there is a spot in between each one where you can put your mouse, click, and drag down or up to make them take up more or less screen. And then off to the right of each one, you can click your mouse down and scroll up or down to adjust their sizes. And then up on the right of price action, that's where you can adjust the price up or down. Bottom down here with the months, drag left or right. If you want to hide your indicators temporarily, you can double click anywhere on the screen, go ahead and start charting, and then when you want to bring them back, double click again, and they're back. And that, my friends, is how you make a chart look like Chris's.